there, Judi Jamieson the Psychic here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to connect with spirit and get messages just by putting on your makeup in the morning. How freaking cool is that? Make sure you hang out to the end because I have a freebie for various other ways to help you plug in and connect with spirit. If you're totally intrigued and into all things spiritual and psychic and you want to learn what your natural gifts are, how to develop them for personal empowerment, healing, and success in all areas of your life, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button that is right underneath this video, and I'm going to give you a second to do that right now. So first I want to start off and tell you, I really kind of feel really stupid making this video. I thought, you know what, this is the best way to get as real can possibly freaking get. So I just woke up and I'm going to show you a real life example as to how one of the exercises, super simple exercise that I do to help me connect with spirit. Now, if you watched last week's video, I talked about, getting your tools together and your ingredients and basically how to make your own little recipe, ritual, whatever it is that you want to call it, to connect with spirit. So I'm just going to talk out loud and do my normal morning thing. So since I woke up, obviously my tools are a wash rag and my makeup. I was like, I don't know where to look. Do I look at the camera here or do I look at the camera right there? So my mindset, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm not just washing my face. I had a really, really horrific, shitty dream last night. And I want to tune into spirit I want to know what that dream meant, okay? So that is my intention. That is my why. So as I am getting myself ready, every little thing that I do, every little ingredient that I use, the makeup brushes, the rag, all of that is quote unquote used as a tool to get to that gateway to connect with spirit, to understand what this dream was, because it really disturbed me a lot. I'm not just washing my face. What I am doing is looking at this rag as if it is you have to get creative. You really do. You got to allow yourself to go back to that childlike state. Now the rag is not warm enough anymore. What I'm doing is looking at this as a quote unquote magical rag to wipe away. Obviously I got, the things you wake up in the morning with, your eye boogies, gotta clean your face. So I'm not just cleaning my face, I'm cleaning my energy, wiping off the things that I sold, the things that disturbed me. So give me a second, let me just focus on that, wiping it all away. I don't know what it was, but it left negative residual gook on me, the equivalent of eye boogies, right? You see how I'm like marrying these two things together? I already brushed my teeth. So as I was brushing my teeth, I was connecting with, as I go throughout my day, speaking the right things. All right, so let's get my tools out, right? All right, so instantly when you do this kind of stuff, you're gonna feel stupid, you're gonna feel silly. I feel really silly making a video showing you how to do this looking like this. But I know from practice, and if you watched last week's video, that's the ego talking, right? All right, I already feel better. That's the whole, when you work with spirit, you have to really tune into here and how you feel. How you feel is a clear indicator whether you're plugged in or you're not. So I am doing affirmations, connecting with certain things in order to feel better. When your vibration is better and you're like Moses and you parted the sea of crap and you've made that gateway to connect with spirit, it makes it easier to do it. You can't connect with spirit if you're in an extremely low vibe, negative, toxic, angry, sad, any kind of negative emotional type place. You got to do a little bit of work to like snap yourself out of that. As I'm doing my foundation here, you got to kind of tune into, I don't want to put on my makeup like I'm masking or hiding something, because then that kind of gives the energetic impression that you don't like how you look or the real you're hiding the real you. So I'm just going to tune into getting my business face on, getting down to business, getting things done, getting things accomplished, making sense of things, finding creative ways to solve problems. Hopefully through that, I'll be able to get some messages as to what in the F that dream was about. Magical foundation. And even like right now, I'm in the ego. I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about this. Now I'm second guessing whether or not I want to do this. Alright, so instantly by doing that, what just came to me? See, I know I'm already partially plugged in. Once I started putting my foundation on after I felt like a complete total freaking idiot. Sometimes when you're not seeing the beauty in yourself, other people, you could look at yourself and tear yourself apart, right? You can totally shit on yourself all freaking over the place. The second I started putting in this magical foundation, I saw myself through using your look here, the third eye, your eye. It's already coming in, hold on, so I gotta figure out how to communicate this to you. All I did was set the intention and believe it. You have to believe it. You are capable of doing things. In this dream, I'll share the dream with you. I was babysitting somebody's child, like 6-month-old child, and parts of the dream, I don't know, like I wound up losing this child and I had to call like 911 and I was like, oh my god, I'm a horrible person. Somebody trusted me to watch their child and I lost it. So I've spent a lot of hours in bed, sleeping in late, beating myself up over that. Like the emotions of it I carried with me, even though it was a dream, it wasn't real. So the first thing that I'm getting, it's just random words. Stop beating yourself up. There's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful and perfect the way you are. It was just a dream, okay? So once we get all that garbage out of the way, Moses parting the seas, creating the gateway, I'll be able to go into there. The first thing that came to me is forgetting, being forgetful. Too much on the plate, trying to do too many different things at once, and then forgetting, overload, stressed, trying to do too many things at once. All right, so as I'm putting on my eyeshadow, I'm just gonna, the brush is the tool, eyeshadow is the tool, right? I just got here believe, the word believe. When you tune into random words, because that's probably how it's gonna come in, it's gonna sound like you're talking to yourself, random words. So the way that happened, I'll show you, is on my eyeshadow. I don't know if you can see it if I got it. There you go, see it says believe? I just, if you've been watching me for a while, I talk about stoner moments. I just opened up the eyeshadow and all of a sudden I felt like myself zone out into that. That's how you learn how to read things around you without using cards. Everything around you will give you clues and messages. You just have to really, really pay attention to your sensitivity, your emotions. The first thing that your eyes look at, when you look at something, if you feel yourself going into like tunnel vision, that's how the stuff works. Believe in yourself. I am having second guessing myself, self-doubts, not really believing. I'm missing steps in my business. Okay. Big thing I wanted to do, big project I've been working on that I've been trying to pull the trigger on. I am terrified to pull the trigger on it. Yeah, because it's outside of my comfort zone. It's something that I have never done before. And in the process of putting together this massive project and plan, I am missing certain steps because I have too much going on. See, this is how I'm translating that dream through spirit, by putting my makeup on. Anybody can do this. All right, missing too many steps. I got out of, energetically, you got to get out of your own way to create that bridge. So since this is out of my comfort zone, it's something that I've never done before. I guess subconsciously I'm having an issue believing that I could actually do it and pull it off because it's something that I have never done. You'll do fabulous. Hold on, I feel a sneeze coming. All right, I get here that you will do fabulous. It's not about, in your brain, when you try and control and dictate things, you know, whether you're going to succeed or fail, doing it, just getting it off of your ass and doing it is a success. And even if you fail at what you perceive as a failure, it's a learning, a stepping stone, a curve, which is you have to go through trials and errors, you have to fail in order to learn how to tweak things and make them better. Generally, nothing that you ever do the first time, especially if it's a big project, something that you've been working on for a long time, comes out the way you expected it to. You might get really lucky and, you know, hit a ballpark home run, you know, or it might be a stepping stone to get to first base, second base, third base, and the next thing you know, you scored. So it doesn't, you got to keep yourself open to how things work out. So that just came out of my mouth with the baseball analogy. In my brain, I've always been thinking, I've been going to school for this for the last 3 years on learning how to do all of this behind the scenes tech stuff, and you see these things on how people made $150,000 their first launch, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. But what's coming out of my mouth without even thinking, through plugging in with spirit and just allowing things to flow, is its steps. For me, it's not gonna, I don't see it coming in like that. I see it coming in as, you know, learning curve number 1, learning curve number 2, learning curve number 3. But yeah, tying it into the dream is second guessing, missing pieces. So the only way to go through and evaluate those missing pieces is to go back to square one, reevaluate the game plan, the marketing plan, the big picture, see the steps and the progression to how to get to where it is that I want to go. So obviously for today, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go over with a fresh set of eyes. That's what I needed. That's what the makeup is doing for me. Tuning into spirit. It's giving me a fresh set of eyes to go back and reevaluate and look at pieces so I can find what the missing piece is and work my way towards that home run. How cool is that? And it's funny too, I also like to do a mirroring exercise where you really go deep into your own eyeballs, looking at your soul, connecting with. So like, as trippy as this sounds a lot of times anymore, when I'm looking in the mirror or doing what's called mirroring work, it's funny, like I'll look in my eyes. All right, I had to plug in my flat iron. What was I saying? I've noticed a lot of times, one of my psychic exercises in my personal life that I've been working on is connecting with, I do not believe we are the only living species. Obviously doing this kind of work, you know. So it's funny, lately when I've been looking into my eyes and doing, I feel like I am channeling, I look in my eyes and I feel like sometimes like I see a reptile. Yeah, so I'm really curious as to, does anybody know anything about reptilians? Yeah, because that's what I feel like my next, you kind of go through journeys when you're learning your psychic stuff. You know, your journey might start out as a curiosity with crystals or card reading or whatever. Right now, and you can't learn everything at once. That's where a lot of people screw up and put the brakes on and block their developmental gifts. They're trying to do too many things at once, and you can't. Lately, through doing mirroring exercises, really looking deeply into my eyes, I feel like reptile, dinosaur type stuff. And not that like I'm old, but yeah, reptilian. So I need to do some research on that kind of stuff. So do me a favor, if you thought this video was easy enough, you don't need crystal balls, you don't have to learn how to read cards. Everybody, every single morning, goes in the bathroom and does their routine. I just completely decoded a dream that effed me up emotionally and got clues and messages as to what the underlining part of that dream meant. Yeah, for the next steps in my business, because that's what I'm focusing on. So if you found the video easy enough and you think you want to give it a try, give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, super simple way to connect with spirit, get answers to anything, do me a favor and share it. So I kind of got 2 questions for you here. Maybe you can help me learn something. Do you know anything about reptilians? Okay, because I don't know nothing about it, and obviously I need to learn, because when I look into my eyes, sometimes that's what comes to me, that's what I see. So I'm thinking, what are my guides? Is a reptilian now? You change and switch guides. You don't always have the same guide throughout your entire life. So I'm kind of feeling like by plugging into spirit and channeling that message through doing my makeup, I'm getting to learn who my new guide is. So if you know anything about reptilians or any of that kind of stuff, please fill me in, pause the video, comment below. Yeah, I don't brush my hair, I flat iron it. That is the secret as to how I get that ombre faded look in my hair. This is the part where we make it a interactive dialogue, and the only way to do that is if you looking at the wrong thing, comment below. Let me know what your intention would be. So in the morning, if you could do your makeup right now, what is it that you would want to plug into? What is your why? What is your intention? What is it that you want to know? You could, I mean, there's a million different reasons why. Remember the whole cookbook analogy? You could use it to set your intention for the day, to bring in good things like manifesting. You could connect with spirit and use it to get messages for the possibilities are freaking endless. They are absolutely endless. So I totally forgot to tell you about a freebie that I have for you. Underneath this video here, I have a freebie on 30 different ways that you can open up and enhance your natural, intuitive, and psychic abilities. All right, that's what I got for you. I hope you have a wonderful, phenomenal, kick freaking ass day that is full of inspirational messages for you. All right, I'll see you next week.